Everyone, good day and welcome to a very different market wrap. Nick and I didn't want to leave you wondering about what was happening in our world.
A very different look for both of us today. No suits, no ties, and we've got the COVID growth as I think most men do at the moment.
Obviously, a lot's happened in the last 6 months, and there's been obstacles and barriers put in the way of the market. But I think it's fair to say that essentially people have found ways to get what they need, not in a bad way, but when they couldn't go and inspect things, they still found a way to buy them, and the market's performed really well.
Whilst it's been an experience that's not great for everybody, real estate's kind of been very resilient, and we've got to look at the positives and what it has taught us, and it's taught us that real estate can be done in many, many different ways, and people are just so adaptable to it. So what was traditionally an auction experience is now very much an expressions of interest. There's online auctions, there's private sales. COVID's done a lot of the qualifying for us, which has been a big thing for us as real estate agents, without trying to filter through the 200 or 300 buyers you're meeting on a weekend. Now we're getting 50 really strongly qualified buyers that are ready to press the button. And the reality is people want to buy and sell property. And that will continue. We've been fortunate to be in the industry for a very long time. So you've seen so many different markets and challenging markets. It's still people have bought and sold.
The things that we think underpin the market, like buyer confidence, seller confidence, and availability of funds, those things are in great supply at the moment. Interest rates are never going to be as low as this. You've got buyers and sellers, as you say, still need to buy and sell homes. They've got a genuine need to do that.
There's no better condition for a buyer right now, is there? Money's cheap, and the only unfortunate part for buyers is a bit of a shortage of property out there, which we're expecting that to change at some point. And hence why the prices have maintained. I mean, I think that's been the big surprise for all of us in the industry. Yeah. I think for the remainder of this year, it'll be fairly positive and quite a balanced market for buyers and sellers. Next year is going to be the crucial one. Do we see it dropping off a cliff in terms of prices? I can't see that happening, but you can certainly get a sense that there might be a little bit of a fall off. Is it going to be the 33% that they're talking? Probably not. Could it be a 5 to 10%? But again, people continue to buy and sell and seek opportunities in the market.
And it's really about the best time to buy is when you're ready. And that home that you want is not necessarily going to be there, even if prices do change a little bit. I think people lose sight sometimes when they're focusing so much on price and getting deals together that what they're buying is actually going to be returning a reward to them in lifestyle every day.
Although they're making a long-term decision, they're thinking about a short-term gain or loss. And if you're buying it for the next 5 or 10 years, it's kind of irrelevant. I think the marketplace has proven over the last 25, 27 years that it bounces back pretty quickly. Particularly family properties, they're still doing so well right now. There's a lot of competition around family homes. So you just got to take it when you can go for it.
But it's been really refreshing to be able to get back to, I guess, a bit of one-on-one selling for old school agents like us.
I think so. I think we'll see a bit of a mix as opposed to it being just, solely one way. The buyer's patience of waiting 3 or 4 weeks has definitely changed too.
Yeah, the campaign times certainly have contracted. I think that was sort of happening naturally, but with the quality of buyer we've had, you don't have to wait that 3 weeks now. It can, in the first 10 days or so, you sort of know where you're at.
The expressions of interest has been really, really, I think it's been super successful through all of this. There's a lot of shifting where, from a campaign perspective, where it might have been expressions of interest and then you can swap it over to an online auction if need be. But it's about just cutting the cloth to suit the circumstance at the time, because buyers have taught us that they are also incredibly flexible with how the process is going to be.
Clearly, everything's swung into very heavy digital focus at the moment, which you understand and people get. I think people are getting a lot more used to using technology.
We're doing a lot of social media, as you know, Mark. A lot of target marketing through social media, through Instagram and Facebook, and that has worked incredibly well. So those other avenues, I think, are definitely, we're going to see that in most campaigns moving forward.
When buyers only have that touch point of what they see online, it's got to look absolutely as good as it can and as aspirational as possible. And people, I think, understand the value of an agent with experience, and they want that protection to mitigate their risk in these times. Our value is having that broad reach to get buyers from outside the area. In a low stock environment, buyers will be switching suburbs, as you often say. So presenting your home and getting it absolutely spot on is probably more important now than it is in a market with more momentum.
What we've seen through COVID with the shortage of property, now that's blown out to 9, 10, 11 properties, and they're making some significant changes in suburbs. So it's really mindful about what has happened in those other suburbs. Have people really gone to the nth degree in presenting their homes? Well, we've got to make sure that our properties in our areas, Mark, are up to scratch with competing with what buyers over there have been used to. If they're coming from those Armidale, South Yarra areas, Melbourne East has been a big one, Glen Iris.
You only have to look back a little bit to show us what is likely to happen in the future. And whenever the market's been through these sort of times where things have flowed down a little bit, the momentum seems to drag it back up. Interest rates are still low. Realistically, the market should be able to hold its own and should be a great time for people to have confidence about being involved in the market without risking a lot.
Oh, absolutely. And that's just not real estate agents speaking. I think it's a genuine analysis. We've had a lot of big hurdles in the past where we've got through them all.
Obviously, we're real estate agents, but we're people first. We're there if you need us for real estate, but we're also there if you just want to chat about something different and to have someone different to talk to.
Thank you, mate. And to everybody out there, wishing you all the best and stay safe, and let's just get through this.